Welcome back, everybody. This is ProRo 784. We're out here with Brandon this morning. We're going to be a shop video today. We've got a Can-Am Renegade up here on the rack here, and we're going to be doing a frame swap. Not sure that I'm going to get the entire video on everything that we do here, but this is what we call our neon yellow quad that's that we've had, I don't know, several years now. Brandon's raced it in some GNCCs, that kind of stuff, and the frame has been welded on in a couple places. We've had to do some welding on it over a period of time, and we have a new frame over there that we're going to be swapping everything on. And I hadn't caught up with you in some time, but been a long winter, right? Been taking some time off, and we're also trying to get all the #1 stuff together and that kind of stuff, because we've also or you have earned the #1. So that's very cool and interesting, and very excited about that.
Yeah, it's been quite a long winter, to be honest with you. We haven't done really much. We haven't really worked on fullers, really looked at fullers all that much. We've been taking kind of time off, been busy still. Not like we're sitting on the couch eating potato chips, but we're definitely still working. And but really haven't done nothing with fullers, nothing like that. This is really the first time really spending a lot of time working on fullers. We're building a new bike for this coming season. Still getting all the stuff for that, getting it all ready to go, and then obviously doing this. This is a pretty big project here that we got going on.
All right, well, Brandon, we got it, most of it going here, or been working an hour or so here, and I was just going to show you guys a couple of the reasons why that we take these things all the way down to the frame and gusset them. This one had been done at some point, but they had missed some stuff, I'm guessing. I'm not sure. Or maybe we've just learned some stuff. But we've been watching these little cracks right here in the frame. You can see these right here. And today's quads that we do, there's some more stuff in here that we do there to prevent this right here, right, Brandon? So, but you can see that right there was one of the major things. You can see where we welded on it here before. This is the subframe in the back. You can see a crack right there. That's happened there. It's all the way through here. This is where the diff and all that stuff, the rear diff. So you can see, you can get logistics of reason why that we're tearing this one down. It's been welded on, and we had got the new frame prepped up and all that stuff. So we wanted to go ahead and do a frame swap on this one, and we've been wanting to do it for a long time. Probably picked the wrong time to do it, being that we got a lot of stuff going on so far. This will be the third one this year, probably, that we've torn down and built. So
it's not that bad.
It's not that hard, honestly. It's a lot of work.
Nuts and bolts, but it's not that bad.
Yeah, once you've done it, you can figure out how to pretty much do it. But we're taking all these items off of this and putting on that. So, and what we're trying to do, we're just going to lay all this stuff out here. As you can see here, there's some new pieces here. So you see the new subframe there that I bought there. There's a new piece there that you see broken over there. Got to clean some stuff up here. Got our shocks and all that stuff. We're going to go ahead and rebuild the eyes and the A-arms there from Texera. Ed over at Texera sent us some bushings and that kind of stuff. So we're going to go ahead and rebuild that. Going to put new bushings in the upper A-arms. He's working on the wiring harness now. Once you lay all the wiring harness out, get the steering stem out, all the J Parts products that we use here, going to get all that out. Going to rebuild all the bushings. Going to put new bushings and all that stuff in. Once we get all that out of the way, then we'll end up taking the motor off. We've not taken off the foot plates yet because of the lift that we're using here well, we weren't smart enough to take that off before we started, right, Brandon? Yeah. So that's the reason why you still see the foot plates on here, although those should have been removed, and also the skid plate. But we were excited to get out here and get going on it, and we did not remove them. So what'll happen is, once we remove the motor, if we can get the motor out, we still may have to get all that out. Well, I guess we're going to have to, Brandon. Yeah. We're going to have to take these off, so we'll have to lift it up. Yeah, we'll figure it out. So, all right, Brandon. So we got the engine out of the yellow frame and into the black frame, as you can see. Sorry I didn't videotape it, but that's what happened. It was a lot of muscle, right, Brandon? Yeah. So we used a lot of muscle here. So let me fix my camera here. So anyway, you can see what we've done is we've got the brand new yellow frame, brand new subframe, got the engine in it. Brandon's working on the steering. I've been working on got all the motor mounts in, got the subframe on. We tried to keep most of that together. We're going to take that thing and shove back in there and see if we can get the rear end on it. And then Brandon's got some A-arms to do. We got to rebuild some of the bushings and all that stuff. He got the J-Part steering stem in there. with the flex bars, all the J parts bushings, that kind of stuff. So he's good. He's working on all that, and yeah, it looks like it's coming along pretty good. So we'll see. All right, let's turn this off, Brandon, and turn the radio back on. What do you think?
Yep.
You like listening to radio? See. Well, guys, we're at a stopping point for tonight. Extremely exhausted. Brandon and I started this morning to working on this thing, and we got to go inside and eat. But we did not get it all finished up, but we got a long way on it. So this morning when we brought the quad in here, we basically disassembled the yellow frame and swapped everything over to this new frame that's all been gusseted and powder coated and that kind of stuff. So this one should last a lot better than that one, meaning that because the yellow frame I don't think had a lot of gussets where they should be gusseted, right, Brandon? Or basically we've learned where to put gussets at.
That bike was built in probably 19, and now we're building it 24, so we've learned a lot over the past 4 years on it.
Right. So that quad's this is a 2019, and we've learned quite a bit of where they break at and that kind of stuff, and the gusset kits have gotten a lot better. So that's what's happened here. Actually turned out pretty good, Brandon. Yep. So far. So we'll get out here early in the morning and try to finish this thing up. So I didn't video as much as what I'd like to today, but anyway, we'll get after it tomorrow and try to put some more together here for you. So. All right, so we got it all put together here, and we're getting ready to start it up for the first time. Everything's ready to go. I know we're going to have to hook this thing to the bud system, Brandon, because we had all that power steering unit and all that unhooked. So my guess is I got the bud system sitting there in the pouch. We're going to get it out, and when we fire it up, we'll definitely have to do that. So we're getting ready to, let's go ahead and start it up and just see if it'll start. And then we got to get it off this pallet lift thing here. Got to let it down so we could do the floorboards, because we can't get the bolts up underneath there. The other thing too is, Brandon, is we've still got to get those nut things, those nut driver things, and put up under there for the skid plate. So anyway, let's give it a shot. We didn't have that, we didn't plug that in, that dash. All right, so it runs. As you can see, we put it's got the new black frame on it now. This was the neon yellow frame. It is, I've got it outside, but this is a new gusseted frame that we got from BNR, and it's got all the XC gussets in there now. So hopefully it will not bust on us and that kind of stuff. We do have gussets added in places where we think they break, okay? So, but yeah, not bad. So it started up for us, so we're pretty good. We're gonna go get this thing off the rack. See some of the oil and stuff burning off the exhaust there. I had lubed some of that stuff so I can slide all the exhaust together. That is a used exhaust. It's the original exhaust that we had on there. We didn't put the new exhaust on there, so you can see it smoking. You can check the water and everything in it and just make sure it's good.
Yep, finish it all up. I just wanted to make sure it ran, just in case we pulled something loose that we didn't know.
Before we put the plastics on?
Didn't know that we pulled loose, because you never know. Because you don't want to take the plastics back off and have to diagnose everything. So everything ran good.
Yeah. I was going to say too, this is the second day. So
this is next day.
Yeah, this is the next day. So we started on this.
We worked on it today for 3 hours probably. So
yeah,
I mean, it really hasn't taken us that long. By the time we tore it down and put it all back together, I mean, we had to replace a few parts here and there, but it was pretty simple. Nothing too crazy. We
had to rebuild some of the front end. I think you did some of the A-arm stuff, and we put new trailing or sway bar bushings and that kind of stuff in it. But just because while we're there, might as well go ahead and do it just so we can do it. But yeah, so this is the next day. So we worked about 8 hours on it yesterday, and then worked another 3 hours on it today. And we've had people coming in and out and bugging us and talking to us and that kind of stuff. So, but this is the stuff that we removed that we're not going to put back, and then also the entire frame. Also went ahead and replaced that steering where the power steering unit, those things are notorious about cracking and breaking because that's under a lot of force in the steering and all that stuff, especially when you're jumping down into deep berms down here in Florida and that kind of stuff. So this is it here. So we've had these things crack, you know, in places before. So we go ahead and every time we usually pull that off, we usually replace one of those. So, but yeah, that's about it, Brandon.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
Going together pretty
Just
good.
finishing zipping tire stuff up.
Yeah.
All right, so let's put the plastics on it. Well, Brandon, we've completed the ATV frame swap, so got that behind us so we can move on to the next project, which is finishing your 2025 Renegade. We got a few more parts in, still waiting on some stuff from BNR and a few other places, but other than that, once we get those things, then we can try to get your 2025 race quad all finished up. So we wanted to get this one here done because we felt like that frame was just going to be giving us problems if we don't get that thing fixed, and it starts tearing up other things and that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, no doubt. We see it cracking a lot more than what we wanted it to see. Obviously, we knew it was more just a practice bike anyway at this moment, and we had a frame sitting for it, so we weren't like a crazy big rush. But obviously, it's a practice bike, and right now I need to be riding as much as I can. So we didn't want to take the risk of it breaking while going out and practicing or that kind of thing, because it's not a fun day. So we decided to take our time to do it and go through the bike obviously while we were doing it and put a new frame on it.
And actually it looks pretty good. I like the I honestly like the black now that it's on there better than the green. I really like the green. It's really bright, but
yeah, the green's color, obviously it makes it look different than everybody else's, but it's also the fact of these things are race machines, so you gotta
right.
So you gotta understand that part of it too.
Yeah, we want to look prettier. We want it to be fast and work and be efficient, right? So that's the biggest thing. But
the color, it really helps. Like
stand
for
out.
instance, it really the black looks good just because everything else is black. It just makes everything make sense.
Right.
And then for instance, your graphic guy can do whatever color you want on the folder.
Right.
So you can make the color or the bike pink one time, you can make it blue, you can make it orange, do whatever you want to without having to worry about the frame color.
Right. So yeah, this one was green, so it was sort of a and it was actually lime green.
You have to do green graphics because
you have to do green graphics, so it's kind of interesting. All right, so we got mainly all the tools picked up, and you can see the shop's empty here, so we got everything cleaned up and picked up, and we're going to go inside and about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so we're going to go inside, get cleaned up and call it a day and get ready to go to work this week. And Brandon's got a big week this week. He's got some riding to do and some training and all that kind of stuff. Brandon, you are going to take the video or the GoPro maybe and put on the front of the ATV maybe.
Yep.
So Brandon's going to try to get you guys a little bit of riding videos. We're going to be working in the shop some more, that kind of stuff. So we're going to try to get you a riding video. And I'm not sure when he's planning on racing. There's a couple FTRs coming up, Brandon, right?
There's two FTRs that I'm thinking about hitting. I don't know which one I'm hitting or if I'm even going to them just yet. But there is two that is coming up that I can and I will have the ability to hit. So thinking about running one of those. Haven't raced a race since, well, I guess we did that.
We did the Southern Roots.
Southern Roots.
Yeah, early December. So, yeah, Thanksgiving time. Yeah, week before Thanksgiving.
It's been a while since I've been racing on a full. I've been on a full a little bit, but it's time to get back in shape and all that kind of stuff, no doubt.
Right. So Brandon may or may not hit one of those FTRs coming up. Both of those races are before the first GNCC in Union, South Carolina. So, and that's fast approaching. So we're working diligently at it, and we're ready, one way or the other, right, Brandon? We'll be ready with an ATV.
Yep, no doubt.
The new quad, we'd like to be on it, and probably will be. It just depends on a few things. You got to
get all the parts here, then we always like to shake down, so we'll do a ride day on it at some point before round one, obviously, and we'll kind of make our decision at that point and saying, yeah, this feels right, or no, we need to, because every bike's different.
Right.
So Yep.
Right. So anyway, so we'll work on it. But other than that, we're gonna sign off right now, guys, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. And I know there wasn't a lot of detailed video, but you got to understand that I was working, and we don't have we don't have an editor out here and a guy videotaping this. So Brandon and I have to do the video in ourselves, and sometimes we get balled up in just trying to get things done, which we did. And so I'm gonna try to put it together for you guys, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And be watching out for Brandon's going to go do a couple ride videos. Actually on this ATV, where he's going to be on this ATV. So he's going to do a couple ride videos on this one. You guys will be able to get to follow up on that. And then also we're going to do a couple days working in the shop here probably sometime this week and try to get you guys caught up. So you guys stay tuned. We got some exciting stuff coming. A lot of big things have changed in our race team and in our program, which we didn't think was going to change, Brandon.
Yep.
And but it did. And so we have some big things that changed, and so we'll share all that with you guys when we get the all the details worked out. We're almost there. We got a few more things to work out, and we'll share with you guys. But we'll be back and going to be defending the championship. So we're excited about that. All right, as always, guys, thank you for guys watching. And you guys stay tuned.